You're stuck. You keep overthinking project. Your shop is full of tools and you still don't know what to build next. You don't need another tip. You need someone to tell you the truth. Yeah, I've been there. There's a lot of advice out there for makers. Most of it sounds great on paper, but in real life, does it actually hold up? I've learned most of what I know the hard way by overthinking, burning out, and screwing up projects over and over again. Somewhere along the way, I've picked up a few lessons that actually stuck. So in this video, I'm sharing 5 painful truths that I wish I understood sooner. Stuff that might get you out of your own way, finish more projects, and get the most out of your shop time. Let's start with the one that changed everything for me. Buying tools feels productive, but it's not. I'd spend hours online shopping, scrolling through Lee Valley and Amazon and Ultimate Tools and all of that fucking nonsense and wasted so much money on shit that I didn't need, that I just bought because it looked good, because I thought I had to have it. You know, the old, oh yeah, I need that for a project. Yeah, I didn't. I did not need that for a project. I needed it because I thought I had to have it because I thought it looked good in my shop. That's most of the shit in here. I wasn't building, I was browsing. Shiny thing syndrome is real, and it is rampantly contagious inside the woodworking community. And my God, did I have it bad. Eventually, I came to a painful realization. You don't need more tools, you just need more time with the ones you have. I had more jigs and specialty tools than I had finished projects. A lot of that gear I didn't even know how to use properly. Oh, but buying feels good. It's so safe and easy. No mistakes, no failure, just dopamine in the form of packages on the porch and a nicely curated shop full of potential. But tools don't make progress. Practice does. So I stopped shopping and I started focusing on what I have. However, once I stopped obsessing over tools, I had to face a bigger problem. I still wasn't building. I had no ideas, and that's when I learned to focus on the basics. When you don't know where to start with this. There was a time where I couldn't build anything. Not because I didn't want to, not because I didn't know how, but because my shop was a fucking disaster. It was overwhelming, cluttered, and honestly killed any creative energy that I had. One day I just walked in, picked up a broom, and started sweeping. No plan, no project, just puttering around like an old man. I picked up a tool, put it away. Then I realized, hey, maybe this would work better on the tool wall than in a drawer. So I built a little rack. That rack sparked an idea for organizing a whole corner that had always been a mess. Before I knew it, I'd clean up half the shop, optimize the layout, and come up with like 5 new project ideas. And it all started by sweeping. Never underestimate the power of puttering and tinkering. It's the lowest barrier for entering a creative flow state that I have ever found. When in doubt, start with a broom. And once I'm in that flow, even just from sweeping, the next step usually shows up on its own. But that's where things get tricky, because starting is easy, finishing, that's where the real fight begins. Finished beats perfect. Every time I learn a new skill, there's this moment where it stops being fun, where the novelty wears off, and suddenly I am fighting the urge to rage quit for hours, sometimes days. That's when I know I'm usually pretty close to a breakthrough. And I used to walk away in the middle of builds when I got to this stage, especially when they didn't meet the vision in my head. You know, one bad cut, one shitty glue up, and I tell myself, oh, I'll do it better next time. Most of the time, next time never came, and that project ended up sitting in a corner collecting dust, never getting finished. Eventually, I forced myself to finish a project that I hated halfway through. And you know what? When I stepped back, it wasn't perfect, but it worked. It taught me something, and more importantly, it got done. Skill building is developing a healthy relationship with failure. Lead with curiosity and let yourself get it wrong. Somewhere in that mess, you will get better. Done is better than perfect, especially when perfect is what's stopping you from finishing. Getting to the end of a project, even when it's messy, gave me more confidence than any perfect plan. But you want to know what killed more builds than failure ever did? My 4th point. Comparison is the fastest way to hate your own work. You ever look at someone else's build and think, why do I even do this? Why even bother? Yeah, I've been there. You scroll past these perfect shots on Instagram, flawless joints, expensive tools, insane results, and you start to wonder, hey, maybe I'm not cut out for this. There was times early on where I would spend way more time watching other people build than working on projects myself. And every time when I would finally walk into the shop, I already felt defeated. It took me a while to realize I'm comparing my behind the scenes with everybody else's highlight reel. Just remember, everybody else's first day looked nothing like their current feed. The truth is, comparison is the fastest way to hate your own work. And if you're always looking sideways, you will miss how far forward you've actually come. I've built most of my projects more than once, sometimes by choice, usually because I screwed them up. You see this desk? It's my second most viewed video. Now, what you don't see in the video is that I actually had to build the whole thing twice. First time I screwed up the glue up so bad, I had to throw the whole thing away and start over. And yeah, that really sucked. But it taught me more than any perfect build ever would. In fact, because of that screw up, I made a change to the design that in my opinion made the whole build better, and it made the glue up way easier. See, I went from a mitered construction on the main desk body to a rabbited construction, but the way I did the rabbets from the outside, it looks mitered. You can only tell that it's rabbited when you look at the end grain on the plywood. So you have this nice detail on the plywood end grain, but from the outside, it's continuous and it looks awesome. It's so much easier to glue up. I digress. That's the part nobody posts on Pinterest, but that's where all the real progress happens. It's okay not to get it right the first time. That's how you earn skill. The path you're on is yours. Let it be messy. Let it be slow. Just don't stop walking it because somebody else is 10 steps ahead. Once I stopped looking sideways, I could finally move forward. And when I did, I started sharing more of my work. But even then, I still felt like people were watching, waiting to judge. But you want to know what? Nobody is watching as closely as you think. In 3 generations, every person that has ever met you is going to be dead. Yeah. Let that sink in. I used to obsess over every mistake in any of my projects. Like someone was gonna pause the video and zoom in and call me out for my mistake. Well, actually, some people do that, and those people are fucking assholes. I would spend hours trying to perfect one section or recut something that wasn't even visible, all because I was sure someone was gonna notice and think I didn't know what I was doing. Then I started posting the stuff anyways, flaws and all. And you wanna know what happened? Nothing. People either didn't notice or they actually appreciate the honesty. The truth is, nobody's watching as closely as you think they are. Also, you don't have to show anybody. It's totally okay to suck at something in obscurity. I took more than a year break off of social media. During that time, I still worked on a whole bunch of projects. Lots of them I never ever posted. Most people are too self-absorbed with their own bullshit to nitpick your joinery. And the few that do, they're just noise. Post the build, share the thing, or don't. Not everyone's a narcissistic dickhead that needs outside validation all of the fucking time. But finish the project. It's not about being flawless. It's about showing up. Now, if you want to see a video where I made literally every mistake that I just talked about, watch this one right here. If you're tired of staring at tools, not building anything, I've got plans and downloads that'll get you moving. Or sign up for the newsletter. No spam, just shop talk and stuff that actually helps. All through the links below.